Hello, everybody. Hello, our fellow viewers. We still have 0 viewers at this moment, but we're waiting for everyone to join. Hey guys, it's Adrian here with the new stream, with the new AMA session on the AlphaGuilty YouTube channel. We've got a lot of stuff that is new, and today's guest is Slava Demchuk from PureFi. We have talked with them with this project and with Slava 5 months ago. So this is our first experience when we're trying to repeat the AMA session, but showing what has been done in this process, in this time. So how the business adapted to the new market conditions, and we'll discuss that as well today. Also, it's rarely when we describe and share in the video format on what new is happening in the AlphaGuilty projects live, what we're developing and what we're publishing and putting out. And actually, there's a lot of stuff happening and a lot of stuff going on. So AlphaGuilty is a P4A launcher, crypto launcher. So what it means, P4A stands for pay for allocation. So that means that people who are participating in the launcher and want to get an allocation of the project and buy some certain allocation, they just pay for that. So they not participate in different types of lotteries. They do not need to do some different stuff. They just directly pay money. They stake their tokens, the AlphaGuilty tokens, and in the leaderboard, people can see how much allocations they can purchase for the amount of tokens that they have staked. Also, we just recently, 1 week or maybe 10 days ago, we have rolled out our new feature, the Alpha Loyalty Program. What Alpha Loyalty does is a way to do a giveaway for your project to your community. And Alpha Loyalty gives you and gives your project an ability to use its algorithm to track the users and what they're doing, to measure how engaged they are and how engaged their social accounts are. So for example, there are two different people who are participating and competing for the same prize. One of those has 500 subscribers, real subscribers on Twitter. The second one has a million of fake followers. So the one with 500 real subscribers is more beneficial for your business, as he gets 500 real people into your project. So the Alpha Loyalty does is our algorithms are scanning everything on the back end. We are measuring the quality of the audience, and on the giveaway, more likely are winning those people who have real followers, who have real accounts, who are real people, and bring something useful and valuable for your project. So that is what we're working on right now. We're putting a lot of effort in that. We just started. So if you have a crypto project, then you can join Alpha Loyalty and make giveaways with us. If you are just a crypto enthusiast, you can also join Alpha Loyalty to earn something, to win some prizes, and also get to know a lot of interesting projects out there in the market. Because right now we're still in the bear market, still very hard for the projects to survive. And it's a good opportunity for you to understand who is still there, who is still working, who is still putting out something, and who has stopped for this period of time. So today we've got, as I mentioned, PureFi and Slava Demchuk as a guest. So let's hop to the guest. Hey, Slava, how are you? How are you feeling today?
Oh, hi, Adrian. Glad to be here. Thanks for the invitation. Good to talk with old friends again since 5 months past.
Yeah, good to see you. So can we please start with the formality? I'm definitely sure that there are people who are watching this video without watching the previous one. So can you, in 1 minute, just tell what PureFi does, who you are in the company, just so people have the picture?
Okay, cool. So I am the CEO of PureFi, and PureFi is the compliance protocol for DeFi market. We are first on that space. In a simple words, what we actually do, we protect honest marketplace from fraudsters and dishonest ones by providing ML analytics and KYC procedures on-chain for DeFi products. And in my background, I also co-founded a company which called MLBot, and the MLBot does the same, but for centralized exchanges, for centralized products, while PureFi specifically focused on the DeFi market, on the decentralized Web 3.0 applications. And last time we spoke, we had a Web 3.0 plugin for dApps, and it was semi-solution. Right now, we are fully developed our protocol, and we on-chain in Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, and Near protocol. And we are expanding to other protocols, and we soon gonna announce a new level 2 solution, which we partnered up with in order to do the same. So yeah, that's all, I guess. Also, we provide analytics on chain for those who own tokens, and that was another level of partnership with AlphaGuilty.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for the introduction. So I really want to structure that meeting for us, that people can really see, the difference of what it was regarding the market, regarding your project previously, and what we have right now. So we really can see the living example, the living proof of the real company that's works in this market, that adapts to this market. So could you bring us some light to what has changed in your company structure, maybe some goals, your vision with all this stuff? Yeah.
Last time we spoke, as I told you, we had Web 3.0 plugin, which is basically a small application for dApps. And this plugin provides ML analytics. Right now, we have this ML analytics, first of all, fully on chain. And we also right now provide KYC procedures, which is also on chain. And we partnered up with the few KYC providers, and thus we can help businesses which working on DeFi market, not only with ML, but with KYC as well. Also, we changed a little bit plans with networks we're gonna work with, and we're gonna update which networks we're gonna support. Probably on the first months, we're gonna support not all, but the majority of EVM compatibles networks, since it's easy for us to expand on those networks. And since the last time, we also added to our analytics Ethereum as a blockchain, and we're working on Tron, which is also quite popular blockchain for OTC market for USDT. And we're expanding with the team.
Okay, so during this, the summer market fall, were you harder on development or marketing?
Yes, mostly right now the team is focusing on development and on a business development. We attending conferences, we communicate with businesses, we make partnerships with either protocols like unstoppable domains or with the businesses that needs our solution. So our marketing right now is more B2B. That's what changes significantly. And from the development perspective, nothing really changed. So we were developing and we are in development right now.
Okay, and if we're talking about comparison with the bull market, does your marketing change in some way? Is it easier or harder for you to do these deals with businesses, to close these partnerships? Because for us, it was like at a glance how we saw how people and companies who were, you know, at the top on the bull market and then fell down with everyone else on the bear, they just started to act differently. And for us, it was much easier to get in contact with a lot of companies out there, to just schedule a call to talk and to discuss a partnership, at least. Not talking about like really closing the partnership, closing the deal, because it also became more and more realistic. So what about you? How behavior of your potential partners changed?
I would rather say that the industry getting more mature, because on a bull market, there are a lot of companies, and the only reason for their existence is to run a token and to get some profits from this token, which is not a secret, right? And from the development perspective and from the expanding perspective, they, not most of them, but a lot of businesses were not thinking about it. They were thinking about just marketing in sake of marketing, and just about partnership in sake of partnership, again, in sake of marketing. So right now, those who survived, they're more thinking about sustainable business. And while they're thinking about sustainable business, they need to think about regulation, and they need to think about the protection of their business from the dark market and from the fraudsters. Sorry for that noise, guys. It's just a flight over. And in that regard, more sustainable companies start contacting with us, and besides just the regular conversation, they are checking our SDK. They are starting development, and I believe it's this stage for the market. It's good for the whole market players. Again, for all who survived.
Yeah, and we talked about, you mentioned about the development and research in your SDKs. What about the costs for the devs and the devs market overall? So I believe like when time goes, more and more people are flowing in as developers into the crypto space, but what about the prices? So is it easier to hire? Is it cheaper to hire now than compared to half a year ago?
Yeah, what we noticed probably 2-3 months ago, it's getting more easy to attract real talents because some company got bankrupt, and from the hiring perspective is getting more easy. Again, it's not just about development, it's also about designers, marketing people, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I rather agree with you from this regard.
We bumped into difficulty of finding marketing people right now. So at this stage of time, we're looking on the market for like a marketing lead for the positions that are close to this. But it's very hard to find. Just the market is empty for some reason. Maybe all the people are already involved somewhere, or what's happening.
Yeah, it was always hard to find. It was always hard to find. I mean, it just right now is more chances, is more likely you can find proper talent for your business. So it wasn't. It always was a hard task to find a proper marketing people, a proper developers, a proper CTO, and so on and so forth. As always, well-talented people, they always have a lot of propositions from the market. But in general, right now is much easier from my perspective.
Mm-hmm. And what about your community? Because I've heard a very interesting theory, That's like the beginners in crypto who just, you know, coming in, just losing some money and then coming out of the market. It's not that this crypto beginners are disappearing somewhere on the bear market, but they are just regular people who are doing some regular stuff. So they may be like students or just some people who have their jobs and they have it as a hobby or as something interesting when crypto is on hype. So they are putting their money in it, they are researching how it works, but then after they lose everything, which happens like 90% of cases, they are just leaving and they continue to do whatever they did. They are just watching some movies in their free time. So the same free time that they spent on crypto, they just spent on their regular tasks. So what about your community? Was it consistent of the newbies, or it has a lot of like crypto veterans? What's like about engagement with you, with your project, and how you're working with that?
From community perspective, I always try to be modest, but I guess our community one of the best community in the whole market, and I'll explain why. Because since the very beginning, we have decent amount of people that support our project despite everything happening on the market, and they're still with us. Because we have the analytics system, we see how many people still hold our tokens, and they were able to sell them on at all high time price, which will they will make probably they would make probably 5x, 6x, someone 10x, and from this perspective, we have a very great community. What we done even before this crash we cut our community maybe 3 times or 2 times. It was a hard decision, but it was just elimination of those who are not active. Probably those people came from IDO time when it was on hype, and they since then they never communicate in our community. So I guess it was either January or February when we made this decision. We cut our community significantly. We just go with those who are active, and since then our community just growing, and I see the engagement rate in our socials. It is still quite good, again, despite the market condition, because the specific of our community, they believe in product. They're not just about to get some profit from the our token. They are more about the system, more about the technology, and waiting for more and more businesses to be connected to our protocol.
Mm-hmm. So I see. So you're basically were just eliminating people from your Discords and Telegram groups.
From our Telegram groups, yeah. It was from our Telegram group. And again, it was even before bear market. We made this decision to cut those who came on the IDO stage, those who came for some airdrops and so on and so forth, and became inactive. So we eliminate them and just go with those who are our real supporters.
Mm-hmm. And what are you using at the moment for the engagement? So do you use like some giveaways, or you host some events?
Yes. We have giveaways, we have rewards. We are going to launch a new farming program with our partners, and we launch new articles, educational articles, and that's and we have very good community supporters, which came naturally from our community, which is also a good sign for our community. So we have community supporters which are professionals, and they came naturally from our Telegram group.
I see. Because we have recently started testing organic methods of marketing using TikTok and YouTube. So we started doing some video content, and it was very interesting for our team that really TikTok engagement on some crypto related topics
Really?
is pretty high. Yes, if we're talking about some fun stuff. So we are, we're keeping this ratio of like 2 to 1, where we have 2 parts of fun content and 1 part of like something deeper, something more on the topic. So we are just starting to do our TikTok page. We are month deep in posting YouTube videos because YouTube is very slow. So you need to post constantly and consistently, like week to week to week, in order to get more and more views if you're going for organic growth. So we're also trying that, trying some interesting topics. So something gets out in the market, something happens, people start Googling who is, Duke One, why did he get a red notice? And we create a bit.
Oh, I guess I have connection problem.
So yeah, that is what we're trying. Also, you mentioned that you are present on various chains. So which chains are your, is the internet good? Did you hear me?
No, I guess some connection problem. Just a moment. It shouldn't freeze. Do you hear me well?
Yes, I hear and see you well.
Okay, cool. Because I have one question about the frequency of video content in TikTok or YouTube. It's just a matter of curiosity. And could you please share your thoughts on this?
Yeah, sure. So we just started testing it, and we believe that we know that TikTok loves when you post constantly, when you post every single day. So what we do is we do this short.
Every single day?
Yes. So for the TikTok, we have planned to post every single day videos. So we have like filming sessions. There are a variety of different topics. Some of those are just some fun videos, some fun ideas that come up to our minds of our marketing team, or we film something where we come up to people on the street and ask them whether they would choose one Bitcoin or iPhone 14, and they get some interesting answers and some interesting reactions. Also some basic overview. So you need to also keep an eye on the TikTok trends in order to do this with higher retention. So we understand that videos, for example, like here are 5 crypto coins or tokens or NFT collections that you need to pay attention in like 2022, 2023. These types of videos, they're getting likes and they're getting views. So what we do is we're filming the videos, but also we're putting in there in the TikToks, we will be putting more of deep content where we are explaining some important topics, where we are explaining people who are new to crypto what is a launchpad even, can they use it? Not just some people are convinced that they need to go to Binance to buy a crypto and that is the only way. So we are explaining them how they can participate in like other sale rounds, how they can pick the projects, and that will be embedded organically into all the videos. So people who are attracted by this fun content, but this engaged content, they will come up to the page and then scroll down and see more and more videos and understand who we are and understand something more about crypto. So this bear market is a time also for idea testing, where we are spending our time not just on development, because we've got a decent development team who are putting up like updates every single week, and we have a lot of new stuff to test and to show. But unfortunately, a lot of people just left the market. So we need to build for someone. And that is where our marketing team comes into the picture.
They will come back. They will come back.
Yeah, hopefully. You mentioned that you are located on, you're present on different blockchains, different chains. Which chains right now sustain the best activity? So are most used after all this hype, we can understand this way who left, who remained in its position during the bull run.
Yeah, probably BNB chain right now is still quite active, and new project popping up on this chain, which is good, and they support the projects. I mean, the BNB Foundation. So we also attended the conference BNB Chain in France, and yeah, as I told you, they're quite active. They continue to invest in their ecosystem. They're gonna continue to invest in grants, and they're gonna grow new stars on the market. So I believe BNB Chain gonna be active and still active. Of course, Ethereum still number one at any markets, and it's less about DeFi and dApps and more about transactions of stablecoin. As I mentioned, Tron is quite interesting network because of for USDT, probably Tron is number one right now. And USDT is quite popular currency of the whole region, including East Europe, post-Soviet Union countries, and the whole Asia, which is large community, and they have a lot of transactions per second, like millions per second. So I mean in dollars, dollar value, dollar worth. So those three networks are mostly interesting for us right now, and NEAR is also very active in terms of investing in their ecosystem, in terms of giving grants to new projects like gamify projects, and I believe they're gonna also hype in nearest future.
Yeah, and NEAR just I believe it wasn't like the NEAR Foundation or the NEAR core team who developed it, but there was a HERE wallet that came to the market recently. It's a mobile wallet for NEAR blockchain. Very like slick UI. I downloaded to try it out. Interesting, looks interesting. Also, our tech team attended the Tron coin hackathon in Prague last week. So the Tron coin also, like in my opinion, and the blockchain is something that has its.
Is it Everscale? Is it Everscale or?
Tron coin, it's Telegram.
Yeah, Everscale, right? They're calling right, no?
I'm not sure.
All right.
Like the history was that the Tron coin was developed initially by the Telegram, but then, they like passed this project to the community, and then the community started developing it further. But Tron is like highly integrated even now into the Telegram Messenger. So it's very interesting how they do business, because they opened this new feature for developers. So they didn't do this specifically for the Tron wallet, but they opened it for everyone. So everyone can develop this new type of native application inside of the Telegram. But their wallet, the Tron wallet inside the Telegram, was the first one to use it, and they had like the best application there is. So you cannot even like understand that it is not the part of an application, that it's not like a third-party app, and it's embedded very nicely into the Telegram. So you can really just transfer money in the chats. It's like some sort of WeChat, but without all this traction, that the Chinese government has. Something new, something interesting. So we're also keeping an eye on that. And regarding the Tron, I had a chance to work with the Web3 project. Like it was a gambling project on Tron. It was in 2019, I believe, and then I started to ask questions. Why isn't Tron everywhere? Because It was EVM compatible, so the smart contracts were readable, were writable on Solidity. It was very easy to use, cheap on transaction, energy that allows you to transfer money for free.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, so a lot of benefits, Some have questions to the Justin son and to his like public behavior, but I believe that the technology itself is very interesting. They have everything that's needed inside the blockchain. Their swap, they are staking, like everything. So yeah, I also keeping an eye on the Tron, and it's very interesting for me where it goes and when attention will start coming to this blockchain and to this.
Yeah, I know one guy from Ukraine. His name is Victor, and he's building so-called Action Center, and it's gonna be kind of a token swap on a Tron. Hopefully, he will manage to do this. Probably he already launched. I'm not sure.
Interesting. Also, I've written down a couple more questions because I'm constantly, while we're talking, I'm just having my notes in here, not to forget anything. Regarding your token, how its behavior, its price changed during the summer? What's about the holders? Like, did the number of holders increase, decrease? What happened?
Yeah. So again, since we have analytics, we could observe what's going on with our tokens. So it was a significant dump when the winter started, and it was mostly not because people selling our tokens, but because of BNB price, since our token is denominated to BNB. And since then, our price is on flat, the same buyers and sellers. So it's, yeah, and the amount of holders is almost the same since this significant dump. And yeah, that's all. As I told, most of our token holders since the very first day, they bought and keep. That's how it works in our community, and they are waiting for the perhaps for the new hype of the market, and the majority of the holders are still the same.
And I believe that the Gate.io is the only centralized exchange that you're using.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have a question regarding the market making that you are doing on the centralized exchange. Do you have some sort of I don't know, some sort of agreement with the centralized exchange that you have to make some market making, that you have to sustain some volume on your token, or you don't?
Yeah, sure. And we have this parameter since we negotiated on them, and there were a few centralized exchanges. They proposed us to list the listing on their exchange, and prices were significantly lower than it was on a bull market, which is obvious. But we decided Gate.io so far is good enough for us, because just fractionalize the whole liquidity is not a good idea. It's difficult to control all these pairs across centralized and decentralized exchanges. So right now we're gonna stay with what we have now. Maybe in the future, when our community gonna need some not better, but some additional places to buy or sell tokens, we're gonna consider another centralized exchanges.
I see. Okay. And the last group of questions that I have is regarding your roadmap, your plans, your goals. What you plan for the Q4 2022, what you plan for the next year. Maybe you can give us some insight when you and your team expects some maybe local bull run to start, or the global trend change. What are your thoughts on that?
For us, the bear market is not such a big deal because for us, only sustainable businesses could be our customers. Those who provide real business for their users, and those who need protection, and those who need to be compliant with their regulators. So right now on the market, there are a lot of businesses that need our protocol, and we are not going to wait for some bull market. What we are going to do is to add more and more blockchains, since those new blockchains, they attract a lot of interest and thus attract a lot of businesses to build on top of them. And again, they need our protocol. So it's going to be our primary focus. And our secondary focus is to develop our protocol in terms of risk scoring and in terms of transaction monitoring. But it's kind of a long topic. It's not that easy to explain in just a few words. And probably we're gonna update this with our in our social media. So the main the keynotes from this, the highlights is just we are going to work on some updates of risk scoring algorithm and transaction monitoring, and expanding to the as much blockchains as possible and as needed.
Mm-hmm. And do you plan on any additional token offering rounds?
No.
So you are like done with investment rounds, and you will be just working for. I see. That's interesting because so you are not planning it in the short perspective or just overall.
It's not logical. Again, from our perspective, it's not logical because we made initial coin offering, initial decentralized coin offering, and we gathered our seed round, and we have enough money. And right now, our token on a public market. So I hardly imagine how the second coin offering can look like. Because anyone who want to invest to PureFi protocols, they go to Gate.io or PancakeSwap and just buy those tokens from the market. And right now is a good way. It's a good time to buy it. By the way, it's the price is quite lower.
But maybe, maybe I just formulated it not in the right way. So do you looking for additional investment rounds, maybe not for the token, maybe for the equity in the company, something like that?
From this perspective, equity is possible, unlike secondary coin offering. But again, right now, we are not looking for the equity round, maybe in some future.
I see. Okay, thank you so much for answering all of the questions. It was really interesting for me, at least, to see to see this progress, to see the before and after. Do you, Slava, maybe do you have something you want to say to our community, to our watchers and listeners, and to those people who will watch and listen after this in the recording, maybe some call to action, something that you'd like to share? Then please take your time.
It would be good if those who are listening to us go to our dashboard, which is dashboard.purfi.io, and test our Web 3.0 application, our DApp, and if there is some issues or there are some problems, tell to our group or to our support team, and we're gonna be happy to fix all the problems. So in short words, I invite all the beta testers to our dashboard.
Yeah, Rick, I love being a beta tester. I love, breaking things because I have like a decent like experience in developing and coding. So that is why I really love breaking stuff, trying to click the buttons and to make them ruin everything. Yeah, so I hope guys you will have fun. The PureFi website is listed down below this video, so you can check it in there and find a dashboard there. Thank you once again, Slava, for joining us. It was an awesome
Thank you.
AMA session. Thank you guys, everyone, for staying with us. See you guys next time, and bye-bye.
Bye bye.